Hi everyone, this is Maria's Budgeting. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing my sinking fund update for the month of July. So here I do have my two spreads, my sinking fund along with my spending tracker. So let's go ahead and get started. I did color coordinate everything. I only had 4 sinking funds that I spent throughout the month from, which is pretty good. I think this is the least transactions that I have had. So happy about that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I do have clothing that I spent from, and I did have 2 transactions only, $20 and $110. So that was a total of $130. On to personal spending, I only had 1, which was $10. And I have school as well, which I only have this transaction here, which was of $20. And last but not least, we do have toiletries, which I have 55, 25, and 10. And that is 90. I'm going to calculate this first just to make sure that when I calculate it on this side, it is the right amount. 250 is what I got. I'm going to calculate over here, and that is correct. I am just going to add that number here as well. Oops, kind of messed that up. But let me add that here, and I actually don't need this side anymore, so I'm just going to fold my planner. And I spent $250. Now I am going to quickly calculate how much I added throughout the month, so let's go ahead and do that. I have 30 for adventures, 30 for beauty, 30 for birthdays, 150 for car insurance, 50 for cart maintenance, 110 for car tags, 40 for casino, 100 for Christmas, 190 for clothing, 30 for electronics, nothing for emergency fund, 45 for family fun, 25 for gifts, 70 for health, 40 for holidays, 70 for home. Oops, I meant to put 70, so I'm going to subtract 20. So 70 for home, 20 for household, 10 for investing, 70 for medical, 60 for spending, nothing for savings, 60 for school, 115 for toiletries, and 70 for vacation. So that's a total of $1,415 that I added throughout the month. Now let's go ahead and work on the ending balances for all of the sinking funds. So for adventures, I started with 120 and I added 30. Didn't spend anything, so that's 150. Beauty, 70 plus 30 is 100. My handwriting is going to be terrible, by the way. Birthday, 70 plus 30 as well is 100. Car insurance, 1,200 plus 1,000 and 1,200 plus 150 is 1,350. Car maintenance, 500 plus 50 is 550. On to car tags, 240 plus 110 is 350. Casino, 130 plus 40 is 170. Christmas, 600 plus 100 is 700. Clothing 160 plus 190 minus 130, 220. Electronics 120 plus 30 is 150. Emergency fund 3,000 because I didn't add nor did I subtract anything. Family fund 25 plus 45 is 70. Gifts 25 plus the starting 5 would be 30 total. Health 230 plus 70 is 300. Holidays 40 plus 40 is 80. Home 1,250 plus 20 is 1,320. Household 100 plus 20 is 120. Investing 220 plus 10, 230. Medical 230 plus 70 is 300. Personal spending 70 plus 60 is 130 minus 10, 120. And savings is still at 10,000. School 3,000. 3,110 plus 60 minus 20 is 3,150. Toiletries 25 plus 115 minus 90 is 50. And vacation 130 plus 70 is 200. Okay, let's go ahead and calculate the total now. So Adventures has 150, Beauty 100, 100 for birthdays, 1,350 for car insurance, car maintenance 550, 350 for car tax, 170 for casino. Christmas has 700, 220 for clothing, 150 for electronics, 3,000 for emergency fund, family fund 70, $30 for gifts, 300 for health, holidays 80, 1,320 for home, household 120, 230 for investing, medical 300, 120 for personal spending. Savings is at 10,000. 3,150 for school, 50 for toiletries, and 200 for vacation. Hopefully this is right. I am not going to know until I calculate everything, but I'm writing it in hoping that that is correct. Let's see. 21,645 plus 1,415 minus 250 is 22,810, which is perfect. I brought out my binder and I put my planner to the side. I am going to go through my sinking funds and I am going to cut the money in my envelopes just to make sure that the amount that I have in the envelopes do match what I have on my planner. So we are going to start with my first sinking funds binder, which is this white one here, and we are starting off with Adventures, and Adventures should have 150. We have 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50 in Adventures. On to Beauty. Beauty should have 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100. On to birthdays. I should have 100 as well. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100 and birthdays. Car insurance has 1,000 in the bank. In cash, we should have 350, 51, 52, 50, 70, 90, 3, 10, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So 1,350. Car maintenance should have 550, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 90, 5, 10, 30, 40, 50, no. 100, 200, 300, 400, 50, 70, 90, 4, 5, 10, 5, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Okay. 550 in car maintenance. Card tags should have 350, 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 310, 330, 35, 40, 45, 50. 350 in card tags, and I am struggling today to count this money. Casino should have 170, 100, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, and 70 in casino. Christmas should have 700. We have 500 in the bank. 56, 50, 700. On to clothing. Clothing should have 220, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 80, 90, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20. 220 in clothing. Electronics should have 150, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 150 in electronics. Emergency fund has 3,000. Family fund should have 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, and 70. Moving on to gifts. Gifts should have 30, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. That is all for my white binder. On to my next binder. We are starting off with health, which should have 300. 1, 2, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 300 in health. Moving on to holidays. Holidays should have 80, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Moving on to home. Home should have 1,320. We have 1,000, 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. 1,320. Moving on to household. We should have 120, 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. Investing should have 230, 100, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Medical should have 300, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 300. Personal spending should have 120, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. 120 in personal spending. Moving on to school. School should have 3,150. We have 3,000, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, and 50. 3,150. Moving on to toiletries. Toiletries should have 50, 20, 40, 45, and 50. On to vacation. Vacation should have 200, 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 200. Perfect. And then the 10,000 that I have for savings, that money is all in the bank. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.